Your mind feels tired all the time now. Not physically. Mentally. You replay conversations after they end. Overanalyze silence. Notice changes in people's energy almost instantly. And even when nothing is happening, your brain still refuses to rest. That's the strange thing about highly intelligent and deeply self-aware people. Most of them don't look overwhelmed on the outside. But internally, their mind never truly stops. People often think intelligent minds are a gift. And sometimes they are. But nobody talks about the emotional exhaustion that comes with constantly thinking deeply about everything. Because intelligent people usually don't suffer from thinking too much. They suffer from noticing too much. Patterns, contradictions, hidden emotions. The small shift in someone's tone when they say they're fine. Their brain naturally searches for meaning, even in ordinary moments. And after a while, simple things stop feeling simple. A normal conversation becomes analysis. A delayed reply suddenly feels emotionally loaded. A quiet room becomes overthinking. A small disappointment turns into hours of reflection. That's why many intelligent people feel mentally exhausted around others. Not because they hate people. Because their mind is processing everything all at once. Every expression. Every emotion. Every possibility. And eventually, their own thoughts become emotionally overwhelming. This is also why highly intelligent people often become emotionally distant. Not cold. Just mentally overstimulated. They feel deeply, but struggle to explain what's happening inside their head. So instead of opening up, they stay quiet. You can see it in small behaviors. Rewriting messages before sending them. Disappearing for days without explanation. Wanting connection while avoiding people at the same time. And most people misunderstand this completely. They think intelligent people are emotionally detached because they don't care. When really, their mind is just tired from carrying too much awareness all the time. One of the loneliest parts about being highly self-aware is realizing how rare genuine connection actually feels. You stop enjoying surface-level conversations. You crave depth, honesty, emotional intelligence, something real. But the more emotionally aware you become, the harder it becomes to relate to people who never question themselves deeply. So intelligent people slowly become observers. They listen more than they speak, notice more than they react, feel more than they show. And over time, silence starts feeling safer than most conversations. That's why many intelligent people secretly love solitude. Not because they want to be alone forever. Because solitude temporarily quiets the mental noise. No emotional performance. No fake energy. No pressure to explain thoughts that are difficult to put into words. Just silence. And for an overstimulated mind, silence can feel like emotional relief. But there's another side to this too. Too much time inside your own head changes you. Eventually, you become so comfortable being alone mentally that emotional connection starts feeling unfamiliar. And maybe that's the hidden psychology of intelligent minds nobody talks about. The more self-aware you become, the harder it becomes to ignore uncomfortable truths. You notice fake intentions faster. You recognize emotional inconsistency. You realize when people only understand the version of you that benefits them. And once your mind starts seeing those patterns, it becomes difficult to stop seeing them everywhere. So intelligent people become emotionally careful. Not emotionless, just protective of their energy. There's also something people misunderstand about overthinking. Overthinking isn't always insecurity. Sometimes it's emotional hyperawareness. Your brain keeps analyzing situations because it's trying to emotionally protect you from future pain. But living like that becomes exhausting. Because intelligent minds don't just analyze the world. They analyze themselves constantly too. Every awkward interaction. Every mistake. Every word they could have said differently. Which creates a quiet kind of loneliness most people never notice. That's why some intelligent people disappear sometimes. Not for attention. Not to be dramatic. Their mind simply becomes too loud. And they need distance from the world just to breathe emotionally again. So if you've been feeling emotionally distant lately, mentally exhausted around people, or trapped inside your own thoughts for reasons you can't explain, maybe your mind isn't broken. Maybe you've just been carrying too much awareness for too long. Because sometimes, the most intelligent minds become the most emotionally exhausted ones. Not because they're weak, but because very few people understand what it feels like to think that deeply all the time.